It's so incredible, actually, that when I was putting together the mag, there were shots from Framestore that were um, cinema camera shots of replacement of cars, and then there were broadcast footage of replacement of cars reskinning. And I had to ask Ryan which was which. And that, I mean, come on, that's brilliant.
I know.
Right? Because if you just don't know which was which, then you're able to use both in the film.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then that's only just the sort of wider shots of cars.
Yeah.
Then there's all those other formats, as you mentioned, for POVs and helmet shots. And I mean, I am in the races. I particularly love when the camera does a bit of a pan.
It's funny about the broadcast that you can notice. They did a really smart thing here because, as you probably know, the broadcast is compressed so that it's broadcasted on satellite, broadcasted on Sky, broadcasted on streaming on YouTube. So it's really just like an MP2 or an H.264 broadcast that you're watching in 4K. They couldn't really use that. So what they did was they managed to bypass the signal of the camera's sensor before it reaches the streaming. So basically what you do is this is easy to do actually. You have the SDI cable that comes out of the camera that is filming the broadcast. And that's a raw signal. That's a video uncompressed signal. And then before it gets compressed, they were authorized to put some recorders on the editorial, basically where they are broadcasting the show. They were authorized to have recorders there so they could record uncompressed footage of these cameras. So the signal would be uncompressed, raw, in 444, maximum resolution, maximum quality. And that really helps because then you don't have compression, you don't have artifacts, you basically have the cleanest version of whatever that camera could do. Basically, you get the maximum of what they could do. And of course, then using Nuke and to deinterlace and also convert from 50 to 25 and then to 24, upscaling it with machine learning and upscaling it in different ways as well. There's all sorts of really clever things happening to that broadcast footage to make it closer and closer to the 5.8K from Venice, And that's why you don't notice the difference. That's why you don't notice the difference.
That's right. And yes, it has to match other footage, but it also has to look cinematic.
Exactly.
And so, of course, that's why they're
converted to 24,
pushing it down to 20, 25, 24, then dealing with the motion blur.
Exactly.
And I don't think that's always adding lots of motion blur, but it's just adding
enough
cinematic motion blur.